What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about entities. This is part of the body code system created by Dr. Bradley Nelson. And there's a lot of interpretations about this. And so we're going to talk about that so it can give you peace of mind and know that it's not as scary as you think. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Samantha, and the purpose of this channel is to help you let go of the past so you can heal yourself and level up your life. So entities, let's talk about them. So entities are in the body code system underneath energy and offensive. And many times when this comes up, people get a little scared and they get a little nervous because we associate entities with the spooks. Like spirits and ghosts and stuff. Now, I just want to let you know that they aren't spirits that are family members, people who've passed on, because they're pure love, unconditional love. They're not coming here to cause havoc in our lives. They're kind of here to help and sometimes, give us some guidance and so forth. So there are different types of entities, but first off, an entity is just a negative energy, okay? It's just a negative energy. And let's talk about the symptoms before we get into types of entities. So when you have an entity or a negative energy, you can have the following symptoms in your body. You can have fatigue, physical discomfort, negativity and mood issues, addiction, feeling like something is there that doesn't belong, feeling stuck, feeling conflict or resistance coming from the outside, self-sabotage, anger at self, self-doubt, mental illness symptoms, and nightmares. That is a list. So those are the symptoms. You may have one, two, dabble in some of them. That is what an entity can do for you. So let's talk about the different types of entities. Let's just dive into the spooky one, the spooks. There are all types of energies around us that we can't see. Sometimes, some of us can see, but sometimes we can feel, maybe not all of us can feel, but regardless, there's energy, all different types of energies all around us. And these include the spooks. So when we think of a spook, and it's not a spirit, a family member, it's just an entity outside, a spook outside. There are some entities out there that are punishing themselves, some ghosts that are punishing themselves, and they don't feel worthy of moving on. So they're vibrating in different frequencies, different negative energies. So maybe they have guilt, maybe they have anger, in different types of energy. They just don't feel worthy of moving forward, like I said before. So you can be walking around going to the store and maybe you're in a bad mood. You got in a fight with your significant other, something bad happened at work, whatever the reason, you're angry or you're really sad and you're just kind of wandering around doing your errands and you come across this entity that is vibrating with sadness. I was like, oh, you have sadness too? You're really attractive. You give me comfort. I want to hang out with you. And so that's how you can get an entity to kind of hang out with you. It wants to be best friends with you. Now, it's kind of like a double-edged sword because you could be walking around living your best life and this entity is like, ooh, I like your light. I want to hang out with you. So it's kind of like you're attractive no matter what you do. So that's kind of an entity. It's not intended to hurt you. It just wants to be around you because it likes some sort of energy that you are encompassing. Now, another form of an entity is also just, like I said, there's all different types of energies around us. And just like if you were walking around and you step on a piece of gum and it's stuck on your shoe, that's how you can pick up these negative energies. You can just be walking around and you step on an energetic gum and it's stuck on the bottom of your shoes and it could cause some havoc. Other types of entities are your own creation. There can be a part of ourselves we're neglecting, demonizing, showing hate towards that. It's so intense, the amount of hate, neglect we're showing this, that it forms this entity, this negative energy, this ball of energy that is kind of like a ghost of Christmas past almost. That's kind of hanging around in our energy system. If you think of religion, there's greed, envy, and so forth that are considered demons that we have within us. So if you have a part of yourself that you are neglecting, a part of yourself you're shaming, or maybe you have greed, just anything that you're giving hate to, you can send it so much hate and neglect and push it away where it actually becomes an entity, this negative energy. So we have that power to do that. So we may label this as a demon or a ghost, but in fact, it is something that is our own creation that we just neglected and a part of ourselves that we don't like. So it's kind of like we're creating this little shadow of ourselves that follows us. Another one that I think is something that we can all relate to is your subconscious mind is very organized, very organized. Like everything has a place, everything has a meaning and so forth. But then we get an energy and we're just like, I don't really have a place for this, but I don't want to get rid of it. So I'm just going to put it in this drawer. We all have junk drawers. And I feel like, and I believe that the subconscious mind has the same thing. It puts everything together. It's like, I don't want to get rid of it, but I want to keep it. I'll just put it here with everything else. And so when we're working on the body code and asking like what's going on contributing to this physical, emotional, or mental symptom, it's like, okay, listen, I don't know what this is. It's kind of a little bit of everything. It's just a negative energy. This is your junk drawer. And then we release it. It could be something as simple as that. Everybody's got a junk drawer. Now, as a reminder though, when it comes to the body code, your subconscious mind is taking things already in your energy system, relabeling it, giving it nicknames that relates to the body code so we can identify it and release it. So sometimes we don't have in the body code anything that will describe this energy. It's like, you don't have this. I don't know what to call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it an entity. And in the body code, it's called an entity and a negative energy. So it's like, it's just a negative energy. You don't have any way of explaining this. So this is what we're going to call it. So that's pretty much it. When you think of it that way, that entities have a variety of meanings to it, and it's based on your belief system. If you don't believe in ghosts or demons, then that's not what that entity is meant for you. It could be your own creation. It could be a junk drawer or something you just picked up, or that was the only thing that your subconscious mind can use to label the things from your past. I also want to remind you guys that you are more powerful than you think. This energy system is like your house. We all lock our doors. Some of us have alarm systems. Some of us have cameras everywhere. We make sure nothing can come in. And if anything comes in, we get rid of it. And that is the same thing you can do with your energy system. You can declare that anything negative within your body that you do not want, if it's an entity or some negative energy, you can just be like, get out of my house. You can be like, return to sender. I like tapping on my collarbone, return to sender. If you know how to do muscle testing or the sway test, you can be like, do I have any entities? See how many and release them one by one using magnets. So you could just do that. There's so many different ways to protect yourself, but just claim and know that you are powerful. We're giving power to everything around us. So if you feel like you can run into demons, you can run into entities, then that's going to be true for you. So step into your power and evict that energy. So if anybody would like to work with me, all my information is in the description below. And I want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions for me, feel free to put them in the comments and I will get to them as soon as I can. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.